friends, welcome back. So I have moved finally into the oil phase, the oil stage. And the first thing I'm doing this time is drawing with pencils. I talk about these pencils a lot. Some of you might be new. Let me give you a quick survey. So they're made by Jerry's Artorama. They're called Jumbo Jet Black. And first of all, no, it is not typical. Using pencils in oil painting is not traditional. No, I am breaking the rules. Yes, this is not normal. Correct. If that's what you were thinking right. Again, I've told this story so many times, but in case you're new, about 3 years ago, I think it was, summer of 2015, I think it was, I had a hankering to do abstract paintings. So I did a bunch, like hundreds of abstract paintings that summer, and I loved it. Just had a great time. Even though I'm usually a representational painter, I have no beefs with abstract. If I were teaching a semester-long college painting class that was a traditional painting class, part of the semester would be spent, everybody has to paint abstract, because if you don't understand what I'm going to call the rules of painting as they apply to abstract, that you don't understand the rules of painting as it applies to representational. The rules are the same. A lot of people think abstract is easy, and tragically a lot of people it's easy because they can't draw, and so they don't have to draw. But those are the people that do bad abstract painting. If the ones who think all you do is just throw paint around. I'm being really snobby here. Admittedly, confessedly, I'm being a snob here. I'm an abstract painting snob because there's a lot of bad stuff. A lot of good stuff too, but there's a difference, and you can see the difference. The good stuff is stuff you like looking at. The bad stuff is stuff you feel like you're supposed to look at if you want to appear artsy. There you go. Anyway, in the course of doing a couple hundred abstract paintings, I started using these pencils that were in my art equipment somewhere, and found out I really liked the juxtaposition. I liked the scratchy pencil lines being mixed up with the smooshy paint lines. So then when I came back to representational painting, I said, wait, maybe I could. Anyway, so that's history. I thought it might be a passing phase, but now I don't think so. So anyway, I use it a little bit for drawing, sometimes more or less, but mostly I'm just using it for texture. Okay, so I'm done with the pencils. That phase is over. Now, next step is theoretically, my last dark phase, the last dark layer of paint. So at the end of this next stage of painting, all of my darkest darks should be nailed down, should be in place. Now that doesn't mean I don't fairly occasionally come back and cheat and add dark stuff later. But if I do that, that's breaking the system. I'm supposed to get, in my mind, I'm supposed to get all of the darks nailed down right now. So any place that needs more dark anything, dark any color, any degree of darkness, now's the time to make sure that, of course, I've got a lot of dark already in the painting. This is the point at which I want to make sure that it's all where it needs to be. Okay? One of the ways, again, to describe my painting process, those of you who may want to emulate it somewhat, is I have broken down the painting process into distinct steps, separated the problems, so that I rarely am I working on more than one thing at a time. Like right now, I'm not focused on drawing very much because the the drawing is basically all done, so I don't have to think about that. What I'm focused on right now is values. I'm not thinking primarily about color, I'm thinking about values, and so on. So I've broken down the painting process into distinct and discrete steps. It simplifies it a great deal. More traditional oil painting, more traditional oil painters, I would say, and they're very good at it, many of them, they're doing many things at the same time. They're thinking about composition, drawing, color, and values and texture, all at the same time, which is admirable. And I paint that way sometimes, but that's a lot of work. And it's so easy to screw up while you're focusing on one thing. You screw up somewhere else. So anyway, that's part of the reason why I enjoy my approach to painting. It's because I'm lazy, and I get to just focus on one thing at a time. Again, right now, it's about values. Like the color that I'm putting on right now, as a matter of fact, is I'm painting green bushes, right? And what color am I using? Purple. That's right, purple. Got it? Because I'm not thinking about color. This is not the time to worry about color. This is the time to worry about values, lightness, darkness. And the purple gives me the darkness. Now, once again, all the colors that I'm using now are transparent. One of my most oft-repeated mantras is you get dark with transparents, you get light with opaques. If you try to get dark, if you try to make any part of your painting darker using opaque paints, you create mud. That's where mud comes from, in my firm opinion. You can call mud whatever you want. In my mind, mud is that color that just doesn't look right on your painting, and you can't figure out why. And I think that's the answer. It's a misuse of opacity or transparency, either one. I got a whole video on that. You can watch. Go to YouTube and look for Dan Nelson Mud. Dan Nelson, whose name is Mud. Okay, let me pause here and say, do I have sufficient darks? That is the question of the moment. I'm thinking, no, right here I don't. I can get a little bit darker right there and right here. Yeah, a little bit dark. Way in here. I sounded like Bob Ross for a second there, didn't I? Friendly dark. I'm painting here, if you haven't heard, with my good buddy David Foster. There are 5 of us painting at Nokokoke this week. I'll introduce them to you all as we go through the week, I'm sure. Mike Rooney is one of my, well, he and I have been doing this for 5 years now. We've taken 6 trips painting together over the last 5 years. And it's become a really favorite event of mine, season of the year for me. And this year just happens to be 5 men. That's the first time it's been all guys. We've always had women, but that's just the way it worked out this year. We look forward to a good time. Okay, so I'm just I used the term earlier, noodling. I am in danger of noodling right here. David, come back here. But I am in noodling. I'm in the noodle zone. It's right up here. Just this little part of the painting. It's the only part of the painting that's going to have anywhere near this degree of specificity or detail in it. This degree of noodling here. All right. I think it's starting to work. I'm fairly happy with how that's looking. And once again, I apologize for the quality of the picture because I cover the colored canvas with liquid, which then makes it glossy. I love glossy paintings for some reason. I just like glossy oil paintings, but it makes it really bad for shooting video. I apologize for that. I will try to remember to. I will post a good image of this on my YouTube channel, hopefully later today or tomorrow at least. All right, I'm standing way back. I want to see if my darks are sufficient. I believe they are. Nope. It's in one spot. These windows, which could be considered the absolute epicenter of my focal point, are these windows. All right. Now, without further ado, I'm going to take a little break. When I come back, it's the fuzz layer. If you're not a regular, that requires fuzz layer. That requires some serious explaining. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for watching.